been like for us, and also Stuart's going to talk hopefully about his journey, what he's been up to so far.
Bit of an update.
Yeah, a bit of an update. Some big reveals or uncovers this week on the golf course, which was great. And we're also going to watch me walk out the door because I've got something to do. I'm taking the weekend off with the missus. We're going down to London for a big blogging conference where she's presenting and I'm helping out. So we'll see how that goes. So Stuart, how's golf? How's this week been? What have you enjoyed most?
Do you know what? So you guys don't know this, but Phil knows this. He doesn't know the second part of this, but
Okay, big reveal coming up.
there was a bit of a revelation that happened this week. Thanks to Phil, actually. So it was funny. I'm laughing, but it's not funny, is it? So this is how I've been playing golf my entire time in the last, what is it, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is, 4 months, that I've been playing golf and not moved off a 31 handicap. Even when I've hit, what the realisation fundamentally was that even when I was hitting a good shot, the shot wasn't a good shot. It was a lucky bad shot. It was. Now Phil's going to try and defend me a bit here, I can feel, but
No, don't put yourself down.
Now, the issue, so I was stood on the tee. I was playing with Phil, stood on the tee, and Phil just said to me, "Where do you think you're aiming, mate?" And I said, "Right down the middle of the fairway, right down there." So I kind of slice the ball a bit, so I take the fade into account. But I thought I was facing. So he then got hold of my shoulders and tried to sort of pull me straight. And it wasn't until, and we've spoken about being straight and shoulders being straight and looking at the target and all the rest of it for ages. But I couldn't, so he was fighting against me to get me straight. I was not fighting against him, but naturally, because I was pointing left, I was fighting against him. And in that moment, suddenly realised, actually, it's not my shoulders, it's my hips that's driving my shoulders. And do you know what? This is only literally a few days ago, so the last thing I'm going to say is that I've mastered golf overnight, because it just doesn't happen, does it? However, I went to the practice ground yesterday. Seems like I've hitting balls at much better distance. They go in a straight line. They've not got as much movement in the air, let's say. So I think Phil set me off now on a much better path than I was trying to work on my own. So hopefully there will be some videos coming out soon regarding this and show you how my golf game, better. I mean, I was only hitting a wedge yesterday, but I got there's an extra 30 yards on that wedge.
Well, alignment is everything. Now, just to put it into perspective, how out of line Stuart was, if he was a football player and was taking a shot on goal.
Here's Emil Heskey for Villa. Oh, you
So it would be going out for a throw on. That's how wide he was aiming. So imagine, right. So I'm gonna try and show you some alignment tips here. Right. This is cool. I like this. So imagine this is straight. Trusted golf clubs in the office. Imagine this is straight. You're aligning your hips, you're aligning your shoulders, and aligning your feet all to the target. If your shoulders are off, you are definitely 100% going to be coming across it this way, or you're going to be swinging into out, which again is not straight. So if you hit a straight shot, it just goes straight left. But that means the club head is closed when you hit the ball. So if you hit a straight shot and your club head is square to the ball, you are going to fade the ball, which a lot of people are doing, and actually it's a good shot. It's just your alignment is completely off.
Yeah.
And it's
So I think My good
Yeah.
shot was when I hit it straight left.
Well, even when you hit it straight left, your club head would have to be aiming straight, which means your club head will be aiming left as well. So actually, there is no straight shot when you're misaligned.
Yeah.
Your straight shot is either a fade or a pull left where the club head's closed. So you don't know what a good shot is. Either your hands are square and your shoulders are open, or your shoulders are square and your club head's closed. So it really, really important alignment. And you know, it's how many people have you played golf with who slice the ball and you say to them, well, you're aiming left, and they say, well, I aim left because I sliced the ball. It's like, okay, but you sliced the ball because you're aiming left. Like it's just something that gets worse and worse. The more you try to compensate, the worse it gets, and then the chances of you actually hitting it straight are pretty non-existent. By also opening your shoulders up dramatically, you are behind the ball. There's no way that you are going into the ball. You're going like this rather than like this, which means you're not then using your big muscles. You're not then getting through the ball and transitioning your weight, so you lose all of that power. And that kind of explains why you're not really getting the distances that you should.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a lot of info there, but mainly, if you slice the ball, if you're not getting the distance, the power, or even the spin that you want to achieve, just look at your feet, look at your shoulders, look at your hips, get somebody to have a look, and then mentally aim right. So line yourself up to the right of the pin, or line yourself up to the right of the fairway, and mentally think, right, okay, I have to draw this, and your body will follow what's going on up top. So just a few pointers, and it's been really refreshing to see some of the shots you were hitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think. So I think one of the reasons why my hips were so far out, which was throwing my shoulders like way out, and when Phill showed me and he put the club along my shoulders, because feel and reel are massively different in golf, right? Like it felt like I was straight. It truly felt like I was addressing the ball straight. But actually, what I think it is, I think I've got my left leg slightly longer than my right leg, and I think that has some impact. But I'd also got comfortable in this weird offset position, and it's funny that you were saying that about drawing the ball, because the bad shot yesterday was pulling it.
Yeah.
It wasn't slicing it, which is what happens most of the time, and I can now feel where I was coming straight across the ball, and now trying to swing through the ball, I think, is the best way for me to feel and reel to describe it.
Yeah, it's it's a weird one. So a pull left means your alignment's really out and your hands maybe a bit too active, because you are coming in closed, because the ball goes where the club face is going. So if the club face is pointing where your shoulders are going, the ball goes straight. So if it goes straight left, your shoulders are left and your club face is left.
The club face was definitely closed as well when I was looking at it. Because it's so easy, isn't it, as well, to hit a shot and go, and then not look at it, or not look at the divot, not look at the ball flight, and just let it go. But yeah, I was having a look at that, and conducive with what you just said. Now,
if the ball starts left and comes back to the middle, it means that your shoulders are aiming left, so your initial launch line is left, but your club face is at the target, so it brings the ball back across. Vice versa, if you hook the ball, so we're talking big hook, your shoulders are closed, maybe your grip's closed as well, which means you're starting the ball right, your club head is aiming at the target, which means you then pull it round. So always good for alignment, good to keep in mind where the ball goes once you've hit it. I think it's really important. If the ball goes straight, you are aligned correctly, and then whether it goes left or right afterwards. So those people that fade the ball so it goes straight and then moves off to the right, your alignment's good. It's just something very minor in terms of your club head. You're coming in slightly open, so it could be swing plane or it could be grip. So just something to bear in mind. But Stuart, you know, that last hole when we were there, when you hit your drive, you hit your drives, didn't it make a sound that it's never made before?
Yeah, to the point where when we were that was the very beginning of it, wasn't it? I think like the
first couple of shots,
shot or whatever it was, and I slightly sliced it. It was more of a fade shape than a slice, but than the usual. It was much more narrow, but yeah, to the point where we walked down the fairway, and it happened to be a pink ball actually that hit. And I said, "Where's that pink ball, Phil? It might be further down there." I absolutely crushed that one. I have never said that in my life about golf. I've absolutely crushed one, but the noise actually was immense, and it left the club head like a rocket. It was awesome.
Well, and that's purely down to the springness of the club faces, right? So the metal is made so thin that it bends, and there's limits on how much that metal can bend.
Yeah.
But if you're not hitting it hard enough with enough force, you're not going to get any of that springiness, right? So those shots, your swing speed must have increased. So the big muscles were definitely more engaged because you could see, like, you could not control it at follow through. Normally you hit it and stop.
Yeah.
You couldn't control it because the club was going so fast. Your muscles had to follow through.
Yeah.
And that's what gives you that bounce. It's what gives you that spring. That's what gives you that distance. In addition to then using those big muscles. So it's a massive game changer. It's gonna go pear-shaped for a little while, right? Because you're going to be hitting the ball in places you've never hit before. Be that far left or far right, or, you know, it's going to take some time to get used to. But this is the next evolution in your golf game, and learning, you know, how to get closer to the hole. 20 yards further is 2 irons less into the green. 2 irons less into the green, plus hitting it maybe 1 iron further. All of a sudden you're going from a 4 iron to a 7 iron. You know, it's a game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to have to go anyway. But Stuart's done some amazing things, and like I said, you know, these things just click. Just keep up the hard work, man, and keep practicing.
Just run it.
Yeah, cool. See you later, everyone. Or no one if there's no one there.
So I'll stay on for a few minutes. I'll just finish off talking about what I'm talking about in terms of this alignment.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah, go for it.
So when you've finished, stop there.
Yeah.
Wait until the stream finishes on that one, and then click end stream.
Awesome.
There's a little free YouTube stream lesson there. See you later.
See you later, mate. Take care. So yeah, Phil's massively helped me with that. I wouldn't have realised this on my own, and I suppose, yes, I've filled myself. I've seen it from the back and the front, but actually, just something that I'd never noticed. And I'm sure if there's any golf coaches out there probably thinking to themselves, "Oh, that's where you start, Stuart. Why didn't you start there?" But I thought I had, and feel and reel were different. You know, feeling like I was straight was massively different. And actually, I've realised what I have to do, because one leg is slightly longer than the other, is actually give a little bit more bend in that, which pulls my body round a little bit more, and then my shoulders and my hips are in line. So I think we were talking about power as well a few minutes ago, and I think, well, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to have a bit more power in my shots. I'm going to go and play a little bit later on today, so hopefully we can see how it's coming on. But essentially, what was happening, I don't know if you guys can see this. Is it any good? So when I was offline, so say that's straight down the fairway, being offline, I was probably this sort of distance out. But where I was stood, I don't know if you can see this bit, but where I was stood, so I'm now straight on, but actually I was like this. So everything going left. I'm cutting right across the ball, which is giving that slice effect. So now, to bring my what I've tried to do, and comment below as well if this is wrong. Then certainly I want to know. If you think this is, yeah, actually that's a good way of getting your body to move into those positions that you're not used to, then that's great. Comment below, let us know. So what I tend to do now is try and line the shoulders up first, which then I can feel that the hips are in line with my shoulders properly, and then I get my stance distance from the ball and take a shot from there. Just going back into that power thing we were talking about, I noticed definitely 30 yards more distance on a wedge yesterday. So I think what's happening with that is because I think my rotation was all over the place. If you watch some of the other videos that we've done, and you see my swing, I dip into it, I'm not very stable. You can see all those things, but getting this stance right, I think, was where I needed to start, but it felt right. So, shame on me, really. Yeah, with the power thing as well, I think I'm going to be, definitely getting more power now, from yesterday. And I think that's partially to do with the fact that if I'm aiming left but I think I'm straight, actually there's a few degrees of rotation there that I've already used, if you like. So if my backswing goes back here, alright, it looks like I've come round, but actually I've already used it, it's already spent. So now if I'm straight, hopefully getting a bit more hips through it, being able to turn around my body a bit better, and hopefully get a better strike on the ball. So that's what I've been working on, and I think I'm going to see some decent progress. It's been frustrating just starting the game of golf, being a 31 handicap. To be honest, the number doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the not actually getting better, where you'd go through 1 week and think, yeah, great, it's all coming together, great. And then the following week you play again, it's as if you've never played before. Or me, anyway. So incredibly frustrating. It's an incredibly frustrating game, full stop. And I don't think, to say you mastered it is a massively bold statement. But I enjoy it. I don't want to give it up. I want to carry on playing. Hopefully this is the turning point now. And there's going to be more videos. Please do follow the journey as well. I don't know if you've seen the journey so far, but please do like, subscribe, share our content if you enjoy watching, and hopefully you'll see me get better. I've also realised that I say hopefully quite a lot, which in the game of golf isn't great for me mentally. I think I need to be much more definite, positive, and make shots happen rather than thinking hopefully this will happen. So apologies for that. If you've noticed that, sincere apologies. I will try to stop saying hopefully. So please do carry on watching what we do. We love bringing this content to you guys. Whether anybody's watching or not, we love doing what we do, and that's why we do it. Obviously, new-ish to I can't say new anymore, but new-ish to the game of golf. Next season, single figures, right? Maybe not, but I'm certainly going to try. Getting better is, certainly what I want to do. If me playing in a match and thinking to myself, well, I've got 2 shots on this hole. For me, that's just not. It's just not the right way. I want to get better, improve, and be competitive. So please carry on following the journey. Carry on following these live streams on a Friday as well. We'll carry on bringing this content to you. The 10-shot challenges as well, they're a new thing that we've just started doing, so check those out on our channel as well. Please like, subscribe, share our content, and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything that comes up in the future. thank you everybody very, very much for watching. Just going to slide over to Phil's camera. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.